Okay, so real quick, I just want to like one last thing about the transfer of like from American hip hop to Russian hip hop before we just like start talking about specific rappers and play some clips. This really good article in Fact magazine by Andrew Friedman, and the title of the article is Putin Work: How Russia Fell in Love with Trap Rap. And he just does like a really nice job of explaining like, oh, what happened was that like, so it's like trap music existed first, you know, it's like coming out of the South in America. And then EDM like takes essence of trap music and like bastardizes it and turns it into electronic dance music, right? And that's like a predominantly like white DJs in Europe thing. So EDM makes it to Russia before trap music does. And then at some point, like EDM gets recombined with trap music to make what he's calling like trap EDM. And that like really takes off in Russia because it's like dance music that they're familiar with paired with like the goodness of American trap music. The one other thing he talks about that I really like is and I can almost hear this when I listen to Russian music, he's like talking about the tradition of spoken word and poetry in Russia. And one of the things he talks about is like during the Soviet Union, how people wouldn't necessarily want to write things down, like politically charged stuff. And so they would memorize it and then recite it from memory with a guitar playing in the background. So I thought it was cool, like, oh, there is actually maybe like a tradition of something that is rap-esque. And so it makes sense that like Russians could so like easily adopt the flow of rap. And I will say that like, even though I can't understand the words when I listen to it, the sound of Russians rapping is really nice. It like sounds correct.
Yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying listening to more of it because I just like I didn't really know any artists before researching for this episode. But I wanted to say just a minor correction. You just conflated two things, but like there's like memorizing poetry to not write it down is a thing, but there's also like the bards, like people who sang and played guitar just as sort of, it kind of, I don't know, it has some kind of, to me, like a similarity to like folk music.
So they're singing, they're not spoken wording.
Yeah. Then to add to your point, and what he doesn't mention, like in Russia and in the Soviet Union and now, like memorizing and reciting poetry is like a big part of your education. That's something you do in school a lot, and like, I mean, people are really beaten over the head with Pushkin. Like Pushkin is just like it. Everyone.
He's black.
Actually, though,
you should 10 Russians you didn't know were black.
Tell that to the Calvert Journal girl. It's all because Pushkin is actually black. So poetry and literature are and were definitely very, very valued throughout the Soviet Union, and like certain poets, became sort of like adopted by the state, and like they decided that these poets were like going to be the ones that they teach and burn into people's heads. But in any case, like memorizing poetry is an important tradition. I think that's also part of, at least in Petersburg rap, of what started to differentiate it. Was like it became more, I don't know, in the 2000s, maybe mid 2000s, started to like really become more complex and like lyrical and linguistically.
Shall we listen to some things now?
Let's focus. Because the way I made clips because I was having a panic attack was, it's not true. I don't have panic attacks. So I'm not going to pretend that I do. Not a poser. What's going on? Somebody stop her. She's on a train that won't stop. From 2006, I picked a song called Nezhnost, which means like gentleness, affection, tenderness. These guys, they kind of represent like a more lyrical move happening in St. Petersburg rap. Let's listen to the clip.
В твоих красных глазах не было льда. Спасибо тебе, благодарю тебя. На южных пляжах венчались, сжимали кисти. Акустика, твоя нежность меня пленила с первых минут, окутала навсегда. И кто-то рвет струны где-то в парадных, а я ищу твои руки губами. Почтовые голуби улетали в Лондон, а мы играли на мобильных тоннами.
Do you want to say anything about it, or do you just want to keep going through the list?
I don't have that many. I'll say something about it. Just that, like, well, first of all, this is from a movie that is called Peter FM, about like some lovers and radio, and it's from 2006. So it has that charm. I just want to draw attention to how his voice is. He has some kind of little speech impediment thing, but it's like,
Oh, I can't hear that.
yeah, I mean, just a little bit. Despite like the fact that it kind of has a low quality vocal sound, you still hear each word really distinctly. Next one is Melancholia by 2H or N, but I think H. Yeah, 2014. Let's listen to them.
Okay, they're in St. Petersburg also.
Yeah.
В обед вышел на улицу покурить, но там супер грудь. Проплыла мимо, вот зараза, разбудила во мне вселенскую грусть. Но я знаю, как ее спугнуть, ведь со мной не впервые это. Вернувшись в офис на пару минут, запрусь в одной из кабинок туалета. Чувствую себя свободнее, смыл в толчок следы меланхолии. Остаток рабочего дня дотяну, теперь намного спокойнее.
I just think that like beat is really goofy and funny sounding. It's like pew pew pew. Like, what is that?
Yeah. That feels like it has like I don't know anything about EDM, but I'm just deciding that it feels like it has EDM components. Just like super like I'm on a MacBook.
Yeah.
Like wet arcade sounds.
So the song is called Melancholy, just to go with your theme of thinking that Russian rap is dark. And it's like, yeah, he's just like, I don't know, just sort of saying what he's doing. He's like, I go out on the street to smoke a cigarette, and that's pretty much all I got because he speaks too fast. But I don't know. Like, it's pretty mundane, these particular lyrics. Like, he's just describing his daily life or something. Okay, so this is a song called Jealousy by a member of the rap group Costa, and his name is Vladi, I don't know. Yeah, 2002.
Первый, ну не знаю, чисто цивильный, жирный, заточка как в американском фильме. Доход стабильный, устроил ее в фирме, поднял зад и побежал в ювелирный. Второй это вообще прозрачный свитерок с вырезом, полупидорок такой, гелем вылезан, кремом вымазан. Откуда вылез он? Из книги редких видов выписан. Пусть только заикнется об этих двух. Чей-то брат, кому-то просто друг. Не переношу на дух. Веселая компания, ребята, короче, все понятно. Очень приятно.